Aaron, a big scoreline and some lovely football on display against UCD on Sunday.
There was no look. It was a good game after the game on Thursday, but one that we were aware that we didn't want to slip up on, because we know how important it is to go and pick up points in the league at the minute. And I thought the lads came back to earth really quickly after Thursday night, and we prepared well for UCD, and we went and did the job, and I thought it was a good professional job.
7 goals, always a nice boost to the goal difference.
Look, 7 goals in any game's great, and they have so many different goal scorers as well. That's obviously good for the confidence within the group, and I think that's something that we're not lacking in at the minute.
The Brand game could have taken a lot out of the players physically and mentally, so for that reason was an early goal important?
Well, I think there was a few changes in the side that played against UCD compared to the Brand side, so that's the advantage of having a big squad of good players, and there was lads just hungry to go on and do well, and I think an early goal in any game sort of settles you down, and thankfully we got that on Sunday, and on a personal level it was good for me to get 90 minutes.
Good to see Graham Cummins break his duck as well.
No, it is. Look, Graham's come in and he's obviously a good pro. He's played for a number of years now, and he scored goals at clubs he's went to, so he's obviously shows his finishing and training, and I was delighted for him on Sunday to get off the mark.
How are the other lads settling in, Neil Ferrugia and Gary O'Neill?
Oh, they're settling in really well. Both of them I get on well. I've known Gary since I was younger. I played against him from a young age, and then Neil's obviously come in. He's injured at the minute, but I was obviously injured at the same time as Neil, so as soon as he came in we got to know each other well, and both of them seem like good lads, and they've settled into the group nicely.
So have you and Dan Kerr come to an agreement as to who scored a brace in this game?
I think Dan's been awarded the brace. Still having words with him at the minute about that.
You definitely scored the 5th goal with some very unselfish play by Aaron Green.
Oh, it was. Look, Greener came on and made a real impact in the game. He scored 2 and he set me up for my goal. He makes an impact on most games with his all-round play. He's been excellent this season, I think, Greener, and it was a nice ball. He slid across the box, and I didn't have much to do, but it was nice to get on the score sheet.
Yeah, it must have been great for you to score. I think it was your first goal since Cork a few months ago. Yeah,
no, it's always nice to score in games, and obviously having a period on the sidelines as well with the injury, it was a good time to get 90 minutes, and a goal along with that, it gives you a bit of confidence.
Going back to the Brand tie, it must have been great for you to come back from injury in Norway and play even a small part over there and such a great result.
No, look, that was kind of my target when I did get injured, because I didn't really realise how serious the injury was at the time. I thought it might have been 2 or 3 weeks, but then it obviously, when I got the scan, I knew it was going to be a bit of a longer period, and my aim was to come back for the European Games and to get minutes in both of them, and then to obviously qualify was brilliant. It was a brilliant feeling, and just looking forward to Thursday now.
Then you came off the bench again in the home leg shortly after you went 1-0 down, so what was the belief like amongst your teammates at that point? There didn't seem to be any panic.
That was a big thing. When we went 1-0 down, there was no point in panicking, because we obviously had the away goals on the bank, and it's a big thing that the gaffer installs in here is not to panic and start kicking long balls and just chasing lost causes. I think it's important to stick to your game plan and stick to the way that we play as a team, because if we defer from that, like we won't carry out the things that we're used to, and it won't show up on the pitch. And I think just the way that we stayed calm on Thursday night, we just kept moving the ball, and we knew that would open up gaps, and thankfully it did. And look, Jack and Gary's goals, both of them, they didn't come from play that was just kicked up and we latched on to anything. I think it came from good play, and throughout the whole game on Thursday we showed that we could play good football against a top quality side.
And to turn around a big European game like that with the crowd and everything, it was a very special night at Tala.
It was. Look, the scenes were unbelievable. The fans showed up, and I think that's self-motivating for the players, and that's the games you want to play in. So look, to come back from 1-0 down, as I say, we didn't panic, but it shows a lot of character within the group, and that obviously comes from a mixture of older experienced players and young hungry players, and I think we've got a good mix of that in the change room, and that bodes well for a good performance like Thursday.
You probably noticed the fans have been singing your song even while you've not been on the pitch.
I've noticed that. It's actually a good tune, but the lads actually sing it sometimes in the change room as well, so it's quite funny. But no, it's a song that's good, and for only coming down here a few months and having a song like that, it's a good feeling.
Probably about time Jack Byrne got a song, doesn't it?
I thought actually Jack should have had a song a few months ago. I'd actually seen something on Instagram or Twitter or something that they were creating a song for him, so it might come out on Thursday night.
I think it was a quad injury, wasn't it, that kept you on the sidelines for a while. What was the problem that made everybody have such a precaution to keep you out for that long?
I think obviously it was a quad injury, and the thing with quad muscle injuries, I think from what I'm told, is if you come back too early there can be a reoccurrence. So that was the last thing that I wanted. I wanted to get proper strength into it and come back whenever it was right, because I think if it reoccurred at this stage of the season, then you're missing the business end of the season, and that's something that it wouldn't be good for me or for the team. So I think having a fully fit squad is important coming into this end of the season. You need everybody fit and ready to go, and we're not far away from that now with Neil nearly back fit.
So Apollon, Limassol, I imagine the staff have given you their scout reports on this team. What are they like?
Look, we know that they're a good side. They were obviously in the group stages last year. They're going to be technically very good. They'll move the ball really well, and they'll have threats all over the pitch with their movement off the ball and their movement on the ball. So we have to be prepared for all them, and the preparation's gone well so far. The manager's very good on giving detail about the opposition, whether it's against UCD or whether it's against Apollon. So we'll be ready for it, and we'll go into the game with good confidence, and we know it's going to be a big task, but it's one we're looking forward to.
Brann were obviously a good team, but this will be a step up in terms of quality because of their European pedigree.
Oh well, look, I think every team that you're going to play in Europe, no game's really going to be easy. But as you say, with their European pedigree, we know what they're going to be about, and I just think as players, as staff and as a club, these are the games that you want to be involved in. I know personally that they're the games that I like being involved in. They're the games that you wait throughout the whole year for them to come round. So to get through the first round against a good opposition, and they play these in the next round, it's brilliant, and it's hopefully all the fans show up again, because these occasions are brilliant for the club.
Given how well we played in the last week, for that reason, do you guys feel like you have nothing to fear?
As I said, the squads, we're not short of confidence at the minute, and that runs right throughout the team. So the boys will be confident, and I think we'll go and impose our style of football on Thursday night again. And if we do that and we do it well, and we match the work rate, then I don't think we'll be far off.